Buruboya and Burubo Sheshe from Baba Ilegwa's channel. This is Iwori Ogunda. Um, Somebody called, well, not called, but left a message asking about Palo, and they watched a video saying that Palo is a very nature working religion, and it's a neutral religion, etc., etc. And first off, it all depends on what Rama you get into. It's not all Palo Mayombe is not the same. There's different Ramas. There's Jesucristo de Bien Viaje, Bititi Congo, Bizango. These are different branches of Palo who do different things differently, you know. There's there's prendas. They say prendas are natural, are good. It's all in the Palero. And then there's prenda judíos. Judío in Spanish means Jew. And the reason they call it a prenda judío is because it's without light. With the prenda judío, you need actually to give a little bit of your blood into it. And at the end of the day, the prenda will not be happy until it has the rest of your blood. You know, so that's why many paleros work the religion and work it for lots of years. But working the religion, you have to understand, you're working with the dead, you know? You're working with the energy of death. Not death, but the muertos, the spirits. So that's why many paleros at the end up getting initiated into Ifa for health reasons. Because you have to have a balance. You can't be all the way over here or all the way over here. You have to have a balance. That's why in Cuba I like the tradition there, because they say Palo first, Santo second, and then if you choose to go into Ifa, you can. If not, it's okay, you already have Santo. Santo is for you. Palo is for, you know, trabajos, for customers, or for people, or gente that people that want to learn. But you need Santo. You eventually will need to receive an orisha, even if it's on your shoulder, lavado. You can get crowned, your orisha on your head, or you can get your orisha on your shoulder, and that's called santo lavado. But I don't really like santo lavado, because my padrino told me the human body only has one head. And if that's where my orisha gets crowned, then I'm going to crown him there. I'm not going to crown him on my shoulder. You know what I mean? So you have to, with the orisha, because yeah, you're working with the nganga and you're trabajando, but the nganga has many, 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 many secrets inside of it. And it takes a long time to build an nganga. Before you're an Ingeyo, then you become Tata, then you become Tata Nganga, then you become Tata in Kisi Malongo, and that's a pretty high ranking of Tata. But you know, after working Palo, like I said, and some people never switch to Palo, but some people it's prescribed from the tablero, from the Nganga even says you have to switch over into Ifa. Because Ifa, and that's the beauty of Ifa, because see, in Ifa, we have Ngangas. But see, it's different. We have, there's Ngangas, Madre de Agua, Guru Finda, Cobayende, Tiembla Tierra, Enesasi, Zarabanda. But see, we have our Ngangas as well, and that we do the same thing. So it's a lot more to it, and it's a long conversation that I can't just sum up in 6 minutes. But yeah, Palo's a good step if you choose that. But first off, you can't just say, oh, I want to be a palero. No. Primero is the egun. You have to go to your ancestors, and we do a ceremony with your ancestors. to see if Palo is even in your path. Because if you go and just get scratched into Palo Mayombe and it's not even permissioned from your ancestors, your life will be horrible. Because you were not... Me, I studied Palo for a long time. But when I got my ita, I could not be a Palero. And I found out because my great-grandfather was a Palero and he was supposed to become a Babalowo and he could not. He died before he did it. So I had to become a Babalowo, and that's why I could not become a Gangulero. But it's a lot of things, you know, many things you have to do before you just hear a Palero and say, oh yeah, I want to be a Palero. You know, the Palero, if he's a good Palero, he'll say, okay, nosotros necesita preguntar los eguns. We need to ask the egun first. Because the egun are the ones who give you your blessings because they're your ancestors. Always remember that. There's a lot of things, a lot of questions you ask before you just jump into something. So, Buruboya and Burubo Sheshe from Baba Ileguas Botanica.